Well, since I can't sleep, might as well go ahead and do this video. But this is what happened. Today we were heading to a meeting up in John Day. And myself and Buddha, Ammon, were in my Jeep. Lavoy Finnegan's truck had Lavoy, Ryan Payne, Ryan Bundy, Shauna Cox, and 18-year-old girl that I won't disclose her name. We were riding up 395. And was taking a nap in the back of my Jeep. Buddha and I were just jawing. You know, as we were going through the forest, we happened to look over, and there was approximately 11 heavy-duty, 3/4 ton, 1 ton trucks sitting there. All winches and jacked up and, standard HRT trucks. And they whipped out, pulled us over, pulled me out of the Jeep first, being a driver, being as tall as I am and such. Being armed, yeah, they were a little rougher with me, but I would be too. Then they pulled Ammon out. They pulled Buddha out. And then after they had us secured, they radioed ahead that Vehicle 1 was secure. Go ahead and proceed with Vehicle 2. At that time, we seen somebody come out of Vehicle 2. Didn't know who it was on the passenger side, and they're about 200 yards up. They went to the ground. They were handcuffed. Next thing we know, Lavoy takes off with his pickup and the other occupants. HRT, of course, pursues. They got further down the road, and we didn't realize there was actually a roadblock about a mile down. And from what Shauna Cox is saying, going off of what Shauna Cox and what Ryan Payne are saying, which were in the vehicle, visually, I seen the truck take off. Now, I mean, anytime somebody takes off with a vehicle away from law enforcement after they've exercised a stop, it's typically, considered an act of aggression and foolish. Payne said while they were sitting there and they were clearing my vehicle that him and Lavoy kind of had a heated discussion, and Lavoy was actually rather heated. But I'm not going to dismiss or degrade Lavoy at all. Lavoy was very passionate, about this, about the movement, about what we were doing up here. But emotionally thinking, I mean, it's not always the best. But he was very passionate. I mean, I love the dude. Met him 3 weeks ago. I mean, I admired him. But he took off. HRT had to chase him. And then from what Shauna Cox was saying, once they got down there by the roadblock, I don't know if he tried to go around the roadblock or what he did. But anyways, the nose of his truck got stuck in the, snowbank right there. And Lavoy has a diesel, manual transmission. From what Shauna Cox said, from she was inside of his truck again, that when he exited the vehicle, the rear wheels of the vehicle were still spinning, which diesel truck, manual transmission, makes sense. It's possible until it stalls. And he charged after law enforcement. Numerous, I mean, her story's changed a few times. She's added pieces, subtracted pieces. I don't know. I really don't know. What I do know to be true is from what Payne said, from what Shauna said, taking, pieces here, pieces there, and from what I witnessed. I didn't see the shooting. He was not on his knees. He was not none of that. He was none of that nonsense. That was a miscommunication on somebody else's part. But he went after him. He charged him. Lavoy was very passionate about what he was doing up here. Not dismissing what they did, not dismissing what he did. I don't know. I didn't see it, and I'm not going to speculate on it. They brought the girls back down. They split us up. Put us all in FBI vehicles. They brought me and the 18-year-old back here to the county facility, the county sheriff's facility. Everybody else went to Portland to federal facility. But here it is. I'm tired of all the rumors, tired of all the gossip, bullshit. He was gunned down. No, I don't know if he was gunned down. Hell, I was there. I know he took off. I know he drove that way. I know he led him on a pursuit from a person that was in their vehicle. He jumped out of his vehicle basically while it was still alive and charged at him. That ain't gunning somebody down. I don't know what happened up there. But you know something? I was up here while all the rest of you weren't.